Bhan. I just go by Mahi though. I'm 17 years old, and as for something I'm really excited about today, um, I guess this interview. I mean, I just love to connect with people. I've always been a very like social, outgoing person, and like having the opportunity to talk about things that I'm passionate about, my plans for the future is something that is really exciting to
Perfect.
me.
Perfect. Okay, another like kind of fun softball question to get you a little more comfortable. Tell me about a talent or a skill that you feel like you have that almost no one knows about.
That's a good one. Um, I would say I'm like freakishly good at climbing trees.
Okay.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time doing it as a kid. I live in Oregon, so it's a very like, there's a lot of trees, many different varieties, especially like just right around the house. So I spent a lot of time as a kid doing that.
Nice. Love that. Okay, so kind of switching gears, what do you feel like is an accomplishment or like a personal project that you're really proud of working on?
I spent about 2, almost 3 years of my time in high school working on a project that was geared towards younger girls to help them get into programming and the technology field. So I developed curriculum, specifically coding curriculum in the JavaScript language, um, to teach to young girls at my old middle school, actually. And the focus was to do it in a judgment free, safe zone. I think it goes without saying that even today, STEM is a very male dominated field. And the thing is, I think a misconception about it is that it's an issue that starts in the workplace. But the truth is that it starts in the classroom. It's something that personally I had experienced myself taking like 4 years of programming classes in high school. Um, Not only like the bad treatment, but just like how few of us there are, and
Yeah.
I mean female presence. So I wanted to give them access to higher opportunities from a young age and really give them that head start. So in addition to creating a set of like progressive JavaScript projects for them to try out, which I then led and ran workshops for them to do that in, I also coded a website, which I then provided to them and publicized, that contained scholarship information related to the CS field. It contained internship opportunities within the Oregon area, but also at like a national level, as well as various coding competitions that you can get into just from like the middle school level. I really just
Very,
wanted to set them up for success in the future.
very cool. So are you said 4 years of high school, so are you in college now?
No, I'm a senior.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
So are you planning on studying like something similar to like computer science or coding?
Yeah. What I like about computer science is that you can integrate it with anything, and that's just something we see every day as like continues to innovate in almost every field. So what I'm really interested in is like the intersection of biology and computer science. Um, I want to do something within the healthcare field when I'm older, but I think that CS has a lot of potential within that field.
Very cool. Very cool.
Mhm.
Um, okay, so I guess that kind of segues well to my next question. When you think of the word education, what is your ideal definition of it?
I think if I had to sum it up in one word, or not one word, a phrase, it would just be equitable access to opportunity.
Mhm.
Um, and I think that's something that I spent a lot of time learning about in high school, whether it was through trying to actually improve equity, for example, to coding resources, but also like I realized that I'm very fortunate at the end of the day to have the opportunities that I had and to have like the experiences that I have today. But that's not something that everyone receives, and that was my driving force for like a lot of what I did in high school. I
Yeah.
wanted to call attention to that issue. It was something that I highlighted not only in that but also in some of my other extracurriculars.
Yeah, perfect. Do you feel like there is like a topic or a skill that isn't really taught in schools that you wish was?
Yes, I would say public speaking.
Ooh.
So I, once again, when I like something, I spend a lot of time doing it. And I will say speech and debate was one of those things. It taught me a lot, but I think most importantly, it taught me like most importantly how to be at school presentations, like
Yeah.
how to articulate myself, and ultimately like regardless of what you do in life or where you end up or whatever career you're in, you have to know how to speak and you have to know how to
Yeah.
articulate yourself.
Perfect. Perfect. Um, okay, kind of shifting gears.
Mhm.
Tell me about someone that you feel like has really impacted your life and tell me why.
I would say my freshman physics teacher.
Hmm.
Um, she wasn't just my teacher. She was someone that really encouraged me to get out of my comfort zone. Like I said, I did speech and debate during high school, but up until she encouraged me to do that, I would have never done it. And that was something that she consistently encouraged me to do, which was to try new things and to not be afraid of challenges or shy away from things because I think I wouldn't be naturally suited to it. And speech and
Yeah,
debate turned out to be one of the most wonderful experiences I had, and I really owe it to her.
I love that. Okay, do you have a like like either a specific challenge that you had to kind of go through in your like life or like a series of similar challenges that you've had to go through that have really shaped you to who you are today?
Yeah. Um, I faced a lot of health issues. Um, whether that was like within like my endocrine health, like diabetes is something that really runs through my family. I had a number of like menstrual issues and like it made my life a lot harder. Um, but I think
Mm,
it became a driving force for why I want to do what I do and like why things like equity matter to me and like being in the healthcare field
yeah.
because if I'm not that presence, I feel like someone else might have to face the same challenges as me.
Yeah, no, I love that. Do you have a like you mentioned like you really care about like equity in the health field. Is that like a like an important cause or like social issue that you're really passionate about or like do you have another one that you're passionate about?
Yeah, I mean, I think equity through healthcare is like a very overarching field. Um, for example, if we look at diabetes, that is
Mm,
something that disproportionately affects people of color, and it goes back ages in history, and it has ties back to like colonialism, for example. But like equity, like I could get into this for like hours, but
yeah.
I think something that often lacks in healthcare is culturally informed care. And that's like once again, that's the presence that I want to be like within that field. And
Yeah.
it's similar to what I said, but there are so many applications of how it could benefit. For instance, like I mentioned, I had a lot of like menstrual related issues, but when I went to the doctor, for example, they tried to prescribe me on something, but it
Mm,
often went against like our cultural norms or expectations.
right.
And so that was kind of a challenge I faced, which is, do I want to get better and take this medicine, or do I try to do what I think is better for my health, which might not be
Yeah.
this option, which might not be like what genetically like works with me. And I think that moving forward, especially as like I enter the workforce, having that balance and understanding would do a great deal of positive improvement towards the healthcare field.
Yeah.
I think just historically, the healthcare field hasn't always been the most understanding to people of color,
Mm,
or like it's very almost biased in the ways that some treatments are generated, and there needs to be more like diverse perspectives going in to understand how to better serve everyone. And like I said, it
yeah.
really ties back to equity at the end of the day.
Yeah. Love that. Um, okay. My kind of last question was if your younger self could have received a piece of advice that would have really kind of like helped tame those challenges that you had to go through and um like the life that you have led so far, what would that what would you wish that piece of advice was?
I would say don't listen to the haters.
Mm,
Um, the people that push you down, that hold you back, are the people that are doing less than you. And then I think this goes for anyone. If you're passionate about something, if there's something that you want to fix, I don't see why other people's reasoning or beliefs or values should prevent you from doing so. I think a lot of people don't understand the power that they have in taking action and fighting for the things they care about. And I think if people actually harness like some of that passion, the world would be a much better place.
Yeah. No, I love that. Do you have anything else that you wish to kind of share?
Yeah, initially, like I said, I talked a lot about, I guess, like community engagement, social impact throughout this, and I really, that's like why I was drawn to this scholarship. You know, as I go to college, this is something I want to continue to be involved in, and you know, if I have the financial pathway to do that, that would be amazing. Um,
Yeah.
Especially at like the college level, I can be part of, for example, like research. I can be part of bigger like student organizations if I'm at a college, and I can really contribute more to the causes that I'm passionate about.
Yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
I love that. Well, it was my pleasure speaking to you. I hope that this was an enjoyable experience, and you seem like a very smart girl, so I know you're gonna go very far.
Thank you.
Hey YouTube! If you enjoyed this person's story, don't forget to subscribe below to hear more from our inspiring youth. If you want to apply for our Storyteller Scholarship or get more involved in our organization, click the link below to apply. Thanks for watching!